Woolly mammoths are an extinct species of elephant that lived during the last ice age. Scientists have been working on ways to clone woolly mammoths from preserved DNA, but the technology to do so is not yet available. In order to clone an animal, scientists need a living cell that contains the animal's DNA. However, the DNA of woolly mammoths that have been preserved in permafrost or tar pits has been severely damaged by time and the environment, making it difficult to obtain usable DNA. Scientists have recovered some DNA fragments from woolly mammoth specimens, but the amount of intact genetic material is too small to attempt cloning. Even if scientists were able to obtain enough intact DNA, the process of cloning an extinct animal is still experimental and has not yet been successfully applied to any extinct species. Recently, some scientists are working on a new approach called the extinction or genetic rescue, which is not to clone the extinct animal but to bring back the genetic characteristics of the extinct animal into the existing related species. For example, introducing the genetic traits of the woolly mammoth into the Asian elephant. This would require genetic engineering techniques that are still in the early stages of development. The idea of de-extinction or genetic rescue has been popularized in popular culture through works such as Jurassic Park, which depicts the cloning of extinct dinosaurs. However, it is important to note that the technology to clone extinct animals is still in the early stages of development and has not yet been successfully applied to any extinct species. While scientists have been able to recover some DNA fragments from extinct animals, such as woolly mammoths, the amount of intact genetic material is often too small to attempt cloning. Even if scientists were able to obtain enough intact DNA to clone an extinct animal, there are still many technical and ethical challenges that would need to be overcome. For example, it is unclear what the long-term implications would be for an ecosystem if an extinct species were reintroduced, and it is uncertain how well an animal that has been extinct for thousands of years would be able to adapt to a modern environment. It is important to note that while the technology of genetic engineering is advancing rapidly, it is still in its infancy and it is unlikely that we will have half Jurassic Park scenario anytime soon. Scientists have been working on ways to introduce the genetic traits of woolly mammoths into the Asian elephant, which is a related species. They have not yet been able to successfully introduce the genetic traits of woolly mammoths into Asian elephants. It's important to note that even if this were possible, it's not clear if reintroducing the extinct animal into the wild would be ethical or practical, and the long-term implications for the environment and existing ecosystem would need to be carefully considered.